Welcome back to the Isle of Roux. I am so glad to be able to see you and be able to hang out with you again. How are you doing, Roux?
I'm good.
Good. Nice.
I'm just going to pin the post.
Yeah, no worries.
But I got to unpin some posts.
I'm going to start by reading the land acknowledgement.
That is a great idea.
We're here on the fifth episode, the fifth journey to the Isle of Roux. The Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on Mohkinstsis is the ancestral territory of the Siksika Sitapi, the Siksika, the Kainai, the Piikani, and the Amskapi Piikani. We acknowledge all First Nations and Métis of Treaty 7 lands, the Tsuut'ina, the Ithkapi, which includes Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Goodstoney. We commit to advancing reconciliation, guided by truths, respecting treaty laws, and humbly walking alongside First Nations, Métis, and Inuit. We recognize all who live, work, play, and make art on these lands, and who now call this place home. So we are so grateful to be able to have this time with you.
Okay, now I'm sharing the link.
Okay.
We used to have life or death, like we're going to die if you don't share the link for us.
Right.
And now we don't. So I am hesitant to ask you to share the link after 3 or 4 years of asking you to share the link. But you know what? It really doesn't hurt. So if you're watching us and you like us, you want to support us,
I hit share because it's just nice. I like sharing what we do. Yeah.
And we love you. And if you hit share, it helps us. It helps us spread the word. Well, it doesn't really help us in any way. It just means that we get to see more people.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So we showed look, we got a new screen. Show you our old screen.
Yeah.
Or will I? This is our old backdrop. Felix helped me design the text. And this is a little smaller text. There's a little more space for us to work. But also, and this is important, we have, where's my finger? We have the postal box. Ba, 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 and we have over there, that's my hand, over there the text messages if you want to text us. And then up here, a smaller box. Okay. So, oops, on the air. Isn't that nice? The Isle of Roux. Now,
I love how that came into focus.
I know, yeah. And this actually makes a really nice starting page for us because it's really easy to find the episodes when on the air is on.
Right, that is lovely.
What do we got this week that's interesting?
Our episode tonight is brought to you by the letter V.
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 Oh yeah, and we got some ready for this, didn't we?
Yeah.
Got some stuff. Got some really good stuff. Where did I put it? There we go. So as our new habit is to spend a week preparing, well, 6 days really, because we cook the roux.
Oh, we're cooking on Wednesdays.
Now we're cooking with roux. Okay, so we do the roux on Wednesdays, and then on Thursdays. And my favorite part of the week now is we spin the wheel, and come up with our letter for next week. Yeah. Then we start building content starting Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Felix goes home Sunday night. Monday, Tuesday, we're doing things like laundry, regular people stuff. But
regular people stuff.
Bob's your uncle. Here is our spin for the week.
V.
So, Kevin, what's the letter this week? Yeah, that could be like for victory, vulnerability, video games. Yeah, that's probably the best one. So, what was the time that you felt vulnerable? Well, okay, couldn't you have just done that yourself instead? So, any other times you felt vulnerable? That's crazy. Did it burn? Just asking.
She's just asking.
I really can't even defend that.
That was really cute.
It's pretty fun, eh?
He's super funny. He has a good sense of timing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So V, in my book, it is Venus, the goddess of love.
Venus, yeah. Venus is a good one.
Also, it's really interesting. The story is, we always think of her as this goddess of love and the idea of that she had everything together, but she washed up on shore. I won't even tell you how she got there.
Tell us the stuff.
Oh, castration, and then she rode into the beach on salty.
You'd be salty after you got castrated. Wait,
Well,
who got castrated? Saturn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So there's castration, and then there was like foamy seawater, and then she washed
that's
up.
the ongoing threat in our house.
She washed
Rich,
up.
Pick up your socks or else.
No.
Castration.
No.
No.
So anyway, she washed up on shore, and the idea is new beginnings. And tonight's a new moon, and also Imbolc is coming up, the halfway point between the winter solstice and the equinox, spring equinox. So we're on our way to sunshine. So Venus kind of goes with that, because it's like the idea of new beginnings and not really knowing where you are, but starting anyways.
Venus, if you will, send down a little girl from me to thrill. Okay, so we're going to talk about value tonight too.
Value, vulnerability, value.
Everything we do is vulnerable. Okay, here's my notes. Pick an image with some things going on. I didn't really do that yet, so you got to be super entertaining for the next.
I'm
few
so
minutes.
entertaining. Can I show you what I'm working
I
on?
would love that.
So first,
Let me move over.
in
do
it's
you want to
okay.
zoom in under
No, I
here?
can
Look
do
at
it.
no, here
No,
you go.
it's perfect.
Zoom in on me.
Oh, did you know,
Did you know?
Rich Teru,
What?
we're using the computer thing right now? Is that okay with you?
I'm sorry. What?
We're not using that camera. We're using this
Let
camera.
me see. Let me just see.
Oh,
Ah, that is true. Okay.
I am telling the
It's
truth.
that good?
It's wow. That upped a
All
level
right. Yeah. So I might want
That's
to
okay.
zoom us in.
Zoom in. So I've been working on screen
we'll help
lino blocks.
Tell me when
I
to zoom.
will. Good. Because no, good. No. So we can both fit in.
Everybody's like, "What happened to the quality?" Actually,
No, it's way
probably
beautifuler.
nobody cares about the
Way
quality.
beautifuler.
How did I end up so far over here? Oh, because that camera is farther over.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I set this
Okay.
up earlier. Moving this way. Yeah. No, move the chair. Poppycock.
Flippity flu.
Flippity flu.
So I love cutting lino blocks. This is my bunny.
Should I tell people I'm drinking
This is my goat.
kombucha? Where are we?
Oh yeah, we were having a snack at Nose Hill, and you were saying maybe the guy said, "Oh, you have a picnic," because he thought maybe I was handing you a beer, but it was a kombucha.
Judging us.
Yeah, and we said we always bring snackers, and then he probably thought, "No, they're fine." This is
I'm drinking horse piss.
hey, watch your language. This is one I did. Look, I really like this one. This
Don't
is
talk to me,
really
talk to
held up.
people. I got a favorite picture.
It says "Howl for Love," so I
Wait,
love
what?
Howl for Love. And
Hell?
Howl. Oh. So this one, and this was my old Rumble House block I made. No matter how many times I do this, I always do one element the wrong direction. So that's 6 will forever haunt me. That's fine. I always teach the kids how to do it, and then I still flip it. Because like you said, when you can write forward and backwards, it's hard to tell sometimes what is backwards. So I'm working on, I have a goat, I have a bunny, and so now I'm going to work on field mice. So this is going to be my next.
You're a field mouse.
They're so cute. So I'm going to work on field mice and dandelions, because I think it's kind of
That's wonderful.
springy.
Dandelions are wonderful.
Yeah.
I would say they're just wonderful.
Dandy.
Don't try and be funny, Rich.
You are funny.
I'm funnier when I don't
You don't
try.
even need to try.
It's my face. Okay.
That's not funny to Rich.
So, all right. So here's one thing that I did this week is I pulled out my art textbooks from my classroom, and I double checked all the definitions that I use every day, and I have used professionally as an artist for the last 30 years. And I remember when I was in high school, I had like perfect art grade. Like it was ridiculous how much work I was doing, and it was all pretty good.
Yeah.
And then it seemed really important to my art teachers that I at no point ended up with something so grotesque as 100% in art. So they were like, did it feel like sometimes they were looking for opportunities to bring your grade down a little bit?
Yeah, because technically you're only allowed to have 100 in math because that's actually the only thing you can
Right.
have.
But then if you can draw better than your teacher, it's hard for them to take those points off, right? So do I sound arrogant? I don't mean to. Is anybody joining us?
Yeah, there's lots of people.
No, but does anybody come to visit us?
If anyone wants to join us,
I put it in the put it in the comments. I already copied it. Just paste.
Thing is in the there.
So what I remember was I was I had a vocabulary test in high school art, and I was just like, these are such stupid definitions because they didn't intuitively make a lot of sense to me the way the textbook wrote them. And I remember I was really kind of like frustrated that the functional use of the words didn't really always line up with the way you'd use them in real life. And here's another thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening. I'm just also drawing. Like
we talk about all the art qualities in art, but there's something we totally skip, and that would be in art class. We never really talk about the the luster of paints, right? So when you go to the remember that guy at Home Depot that used to always give me lectures?
Oh yeah.
You don't use the right word. Well, at one time he flipped out because I didn't want to use primer, but another time I meant to lighten it, and it was very fastidious about me say tinting. Tinting being when you add white to something to change it. Now, there's other ways to lighten things. Let's say if you're using, hey, Richard, do you want to join us? You can click link and
hi, Richard. Welcome to the Isle of Roux.
I'm not really doing anything with my hands right now, and neither are you. So let's just go full screen.
I am.
No, I'm not putting
full
you down.
screen. Go full.
There we go, full screen. Now what's happening? There's black at the edges.
It's a square composition with a circle.
That is something new.
Everyday learning.
And is the resolution still high enough? Yeah, sure is. Okay. I started so many
Luster.
Oh, Luster.
Home Depot?
So yeah.
Started so
they don't talk in art class at all about like matte or eggshell or gloss. We never talk about the finish in my art classes or in the textbooks. It's not that important.
You kind of do sometimes.
Like I do, but it's not in the textbook anymore. And then what I was talking about was how like words like value, gradient, contrast, a lot of these things, rendering, they all sort of point at the same sort of thing. Like, and they'll give you visual examples. So you might have like a gradient from black to gray to white. And then that's where they put up in front of you when they're talking about value. That's what they put up in front of you when they're talking about gradient,
contrast,
shading, right? So you see the same words attached to the same image. And there were some pretty awesome little visual explanations of our terminology. Can't post yet. Hello, not now, another time. Thank you for drawing.
Oh, did you get them?
Did you see the episode where we talked about you?
Yeah, he did. I saw the comments. Richard, that's so nice.
I'm going to put the other camera back on. How do I do that? I just pull it in? Is that the other camera?
No.
That's my hand, isn't it?
No, it's this one.
Oh.
Two.
What's
push
this
two.
one?
Push two. That's the one.
What are you saying, two? Oh, two. Right, because it is in there. Okay, sorry. That was way too much work. We have 2 fan letters.
Yay!
And by fan letters, I mean pen pals who we are going to send fan letters to. So we're going to open these live tonight. Felix was so well behaved because we have a post box now, and we got to hit there at certain times. So it's kind of a hustle to get to the post box. And so we got to the post box and Felix, let's open them. I'm like, no, we're going to wait till we're online. We're also going to wait for Felix to call in so that he can be with us when we read them. And then if you send us mail as a pen pal, we will send you fan letters. What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, luster and value. So there are these fantastic little doodles in the front of our school sketchbooks. But even the little illustrations that are set up to explain the terminology, aren't exactly correct. So you're kind of looking at, you're looking at like, well, that's kind of right.
And they're kids ones, so you're like, oh, that's
You
nice.
let it slide, right?
Yeah.
But I came home, I'm like, what do you think value really means? And because we use it, it's a little bit like when you're doing language arts.
Right.
I have a gift of interpreting things lots of ways. So if I had to take the subject and the object of a sentence, that does not mean the same to me as the most of my English teachers, right? And it's not. And I love how the confidence that an English teacher's like, well, the subject is this and the object is that.
Can I tell you, as an English teacher, I had to like pretend that confidence because and on the days when I couldn't, I was like, what do you guys think? Because honestly, everything's up to interpretation.
Right.
Like,
well, if you and I are looking at an elephant, right, and we're talking about my vision of the elephant, right, that sometimes, like, depending on like from whose eyes you're seeing through, the subject and the object are different.
Totally.
Right? And so that's the same for different readers. And
you're assuming the author's goal if you're saying the subject is this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So anyhow, we started talking about what value meant. And if I were to try and pinpoint it into my own words, a gradient is when you go from dark to light. So you might have a piece of paper one end, you have black and you shade it across. And as it gets lighter, that's your gradient. You're gradually getting lighter.
Yeah, gradual. Yeah.
Contrast, to my mind, is the dark darks and the light lights, but then all the stuff in the middle is part of that. And so when I'm talking about contrast, I'm thinking about having black here and white there and all the differences. So to me, contrast kind of fits in the same sort of area as value in the same way that gradient fits in the same area as value. Hue is the color. So the technical word for color is hue. And then value is the point in which you're between black and white.
Right.
So if you're 50% gray, halfway between black and white, your value is 50%. Right?
Right.
So we're going to talk about value, but we're also going to talk about value as in the value of art, which on this channel is nothing because we give everything away.
Or is it
priceless.
Infinite because
it's priceless.
You couldn't put a price on it?
We're going to show our Brock tonight because we have a new set. You want to see our new set? Add to stage. Ba-ba. Look at this, Richard Cox. There's our new set. Run over there, quick. Also,
quick.
Flip down that one box because it's messing up my
flow.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Tell me, Jessica.
Oh, now we're in a completely different.
Do you have some fan mail?
Oh my gosh!
Oops, can you grab that? Yeah. And behind you is a George Brock lithograph print, isn't there? Yeah, just a corner of it. Okay, come on back.
About printmaking.
Come on back.
We're gonna open these. Yeah. I love this. This is so fun.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder if this is pretty boring to watch. Okay, so I'm going to do a value study. You're going to do a value study?
Yes.
What are you doing your value study
with? My field mice. So I was talking.
But we're also going to talk about the value in art.
And I'm talking. So I'm talking to the kids in art about printmaking, and the idea
with my mouth.
When you're carving, is it's different than when you're rendering. So to be able to show contrast and gradients in printmaking is different process than when you're drawing with pencil. Also, it's inverted because whatever you're carving is going to be light instead of whatever you're drawing is going to be light.
I'm just going to charge the mouse. If we have to do anything, we'll have to do
You're fine. We're fine.
Fast hands. Fast hands. This I got from my parents when I was a kid. I just liked it because it's got stained glass, but it's a apple and a cherry and some grapes or something. And it's a letter holder. And how often do you have use for a letter holder? Well, once a week now. Okay, so value. And I'm going to do a value study. I'm going to do a value study with the black and white sculpture. I hope this isn't too saucy for the...
Is that the Venus de Milo?
Isn't it?
Oh.
Okay.
We're just really on the letter V tonight.
Is this upside down? There we go. What I didn't do is really place the camera well. And I'm looking at...
Fun. Your cyanotype came. Your phone's ringing.
Oh, where is it? There we go. Felix Taylor. Well, hello, young man. How are you? Good. Okay. Can you see your face is on screen, okay?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Here, show
So
Felix.
here's the first letter, my friend.
Okay.
Oh,
That's okay.
it's a bit of an echo. I'll have to keep my voice down.
Did
And
you play the video?
what?
Did you play the video?
Later, closer to bedtime.
Uh,
We're gonna keep the envelopes, right?
I
We
think
need a
so.
special box to put the envelopes in. And if you send us a letter, oh, this has got blood on it. Look it. No monies. Okay, if you send us a letter, we'll read it to you. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at this, Felix.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then we're going to send you fan letters. And then we're going to archive all of these. We didn't want to do this letter part without Felix because Felix was so brave to wait until is it appropriate? Read it.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we can share the fan letters. If you don't want us to share the fan letters, you should let us know in advance. If we get halfway through the fan letter and it's like a lot of heavy breathing and stuff.
No, it's so good.
Can you read it?
It says to Rich and Jess, hello. Hope you both are doing well. Guess this will be a test of how fast the post is. I don't remember the last time I have sent anything. I look forward to the next episode of the Isle of Roux. It's been kind of weird not going down to Rumble on Wednesday, but glad that you're still trying to interact with the community that has been made. Excited to see what comes next. Really enjoyed the story video you had on episode 3 of the old tree and the fire. Words are not really my thing, so I hope my ramblings are okay and that you can even read my chicken scratch. Amanda, I was going to say you have beautiful handwriting. Actually, I'm so excited because I want to work on my handwriting and we have our typewriter out, so we'll have to do a mix-up of both. One can't just send an empty letter. That would not be right. Take care. Don't work too hard, and I will see you both next Wednesday. Amanda.
I'm going to tape these all back together.
Amanda,
Put all
thank
the
you
pieces
so
back in.
much.
Okay, and then we're going to write you a fan letter.
Yeah.
And this is probably it's so exciting. Okay, and another one. Here's another one, Felix. You still with us?
Yeah.
Did you like that letter?
Yeah.
This one's from Mama Zaba.
Mama.
Mama. All right, should be careful about not having people's return addresses on in case of stalkers.
Aw. Oh, we got a Valentine's Day card.
Love you, Smoochy Boochy. It says to Jess, Felix, Rich, and Felix. You deserve Valentine's Day, just one of a kind. You're all one of a kind. So that's another thing. What is your
And
saying?
it says, just a simple note to say how much I enjoy the zany antics of the puppet family. The jokes can be groaners, but still very funny.
Lies.
With hearts. Your
Pure-
on-air hijinks. Your on-air hijinks are much appreciated after some long days of work. Friendship, quote, friendship is the golden thread that binds the heart of the world. Thanks for your friendship. D. Aw, Mom, that's so cute. And Felix, I actually wanted to read because you got a comment on the YouTube.
I got a comment?
Yeah.
Yay.
So it says on that, you remember the gravity video you made with your dad?
Yeah.
This is from Amarillo Music, Alberta.
Amarillo.
Yeah. That's a smart kid. Glad you encourage him with humor like this. Nice, hey? People are starting to see the videos you guys are making too.
Amarillo. Okay.
That is so nice. So yeah, and then we're gonna I'm gonna start my print, but I'm also going to
Felix?
Yeah?
Are you crafting now?
I'm making a puppet.
Okay.
One.
I'm gonna let you go off the phone, okay? We'll see you soon.
No, please, no. I want to be on the phone for a
I'm a little worried. I'm just trying to think. Is this on Wi-Fi? How's the phone call work?
FaceTime, I think, is free
Tell
between
you what you do, Felix.
iPhone.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
Type in the Isle of Roux 005 and it'll bring it up on YouTube and you can watch us on YouTube, okay?
But I want to be able to talk to you guys.
Well, you should be here. I'll show you how to log in properly next week, okay? On the weekend, I'll show you how to properly log in with StreamYard. Love you. Look us up on YouTube. You can still comment in the comments. I'll come sneak you at the window. We shouldn't even joke about that. Okay. Talk to you in a bit, bud.
Oh, is that octopus emoji? That was too sad.
I'm going to kidnap him soon. Anyway, so.
It's almost okay.
What else do we have for videos this week? I'm just going to look.
Oh, I have them all written down if you need.
No.
No.
Present videos. Okay. Speaking of Felix, this came. Which order did they come in? Before Felix went to camp. This is most of the Isle of Roux we shot in the summer, trying to get our footing.
Yeah.
And here's an Isle of Roux from August.
Hello, Dad.
Yeah.
What do you think is bigger? Thor's hammer or Thor's head?
Thor's head.
Dad?
Yeah.
Dad, who do you think can jump higher? Spider-Man or Godzilla?
Spider-Man.
Dad,
Yeah.
what's bigger? Mount Olympus or Mount Everest?
I don't know.
Dad?
Yes. What? What?
Dad?
Yeah.
Hey, Rich. Are
Yes.
you okay?
Yes.
Are you missing Felix?
I'm okay.
Oh, I know you're missing Felix, but you know he's at camp.
I know.
He's having fun with the other kids.
I know.
Oh, you just missed him.
I'm okay.
He's just at camp. Is he on the Panthers team?
At Mo's camp?
He's at. Oh no, he's not in the Panthers at Moe's anymore. I think he's a Raider now.
Mo Raiders?
Yeah.
Mo Raiders? Mo Raiders.
You know, I think it is really important that he plays with other kids.
He's got us.
You are a great large kid.
He's
But-
gonna be a Raider.
He's gonna be.
A Mo's camp Raider.
So Felix was at camp, and I was missing him so much. And even though we were in space, I got confused. And you know what's funny about that video is it so entered our lives that everywhere, like Felix has always said, "Dad, Dad, what's bigger?" And so that was me imitating him. But I forget that he didn't shoot that with me. I keep thinking that's him. But because of the voices, we speed up the voices a bit. When I speed my voice up, it sounds a lot like his voice. So we have another Lost Hero X for you tonight. We're trying to get caught up because we shot up just a awesome one on the weekend, but it sequentially doesn't come up until we show a few more. So I think we're a couple weeks away from when we shot last week. And I wanted to shoot a backup of Lost Hero X's because I didn't know how we'd be able to maintain the
Right.
the flow of things, right?
Little did we know. We
Little
would
did we
love
know.
making videos. So it was-
I'm obnoxious. Okay. I think I'm going to start painting.
I was gonna say, let's do some art making.
Let's do some art making. Okay, so I got white here. Probably don't need white right away. And I'm going to do a 3-value painting. What's a 3-value painting, Rich?
What's a 3-value painting, Rich?
Well, I'm going to have 3 values. I'm going to have a light, a dark, and a medium. And what's one of the interesting things about what we're doing, right, is usually with watercolor. Actually, I want to tell you a funny story.
Dude.
I had this really cool high school kid that was really into art and took art lessons. And I remember one time she's like, "Hey, I want you to teach me how to watercolor." Did I say this last week? I was like, "Yeah, sure. Just they're over there." And what I meant was grab some watercolor paints and start painting. Because that's how I did all my learning, was just experimenting. And then you learn stuff. And then, people will show you techniques at the right time, the right place if they're good teachers. But she was adamant that she wanted me to teach her the magic techniques of watercolor painting. And I was like, it's not that I don't know how to do that, because I secretly do. I just really prefer when people find their own way. So this is an interesting, I mean, there's a lot of lessons, and I don't usually do like exercises, but this is a pretty good exercise. So what I'll have here, currently I have one value is white. And one value is my half tone. So it's like 50%. It would be gray if it was in black and white, but it's 50% blue. And then I got a dark blue. So I'll have white, medium, and black. And in this case, it'll be medium, blue, white. And actually, just to keep this like legit, I'm going to use white paint to do my highlights, where normally with watercolors, the law is you're supposed to use the paper, which comes back to tint, right?
Yeah.
Because I had at some points in my life mistakenly used tint as lightening my paints versus darkening my paints. But tint specifically means when you mix white in.
Adding white, yeah.
You knew that.
Well, so that means like you don't really, like, unless you actually add white to watercolor, it's generally only shading with watercolor then, right? We lost the top camera. It says battery exhausted.
Oh, that shouldn't be. It should be plugged in.
Like we're not showing right now, so it doesn't affect anything.
That's fine. But that bad boy should be charging.
So, Felix is calling you, I think.
Okay, here we go. Where is it?
Right there.
Hey, bud.
Okay. I couldn't find the thingy, so now I'm back.
Okay. Would you
Do you like my puppet?
Love it.
I see your beautiful face. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I need the hot glue to on, but like, that's what it's gonna be like.
I love
Oh,
that.
do I wait until it turns green? It'll take like 2 minutes. I know.
So what's his personality like, that guy?
He's gonna be. I don't know yet. I think he might be a cat. I think.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm gonna give him whiskers, and he might be a cat.
That's cute. I saw the eyes and immediately thought snake, so I like the idea of the cat.
Guys.
Or cats also have eyes like that.
That totally, as soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
You said that
Well,
tracks.
that one's with a whisker. But I think I'm gonna get something better for the whiskers. Waiting for the hot glue gun to hot glue gun.
To hot?
Waiting for the hot glue gun to become a hot glue gun. Not a
Because right now it's just a cold glue gun.
yeah.
Are you where are you keeping that hot glue gun?
It's at mom's right now.
Oh, you know what we totally forgot to do is we're gonna go sit on the couch to read the mail.
There's so many things happening.
We'll have to. Hey, look, Felix.
Mhm.
Oh, you're not looking at the screen at all.
No, I am.
How are you seeing it on YouTube? Can you see us on YouTube?
No.
Oh.
I couldn't find it. I looked up Isle of Roux 005 and it didn't come up.
What
You
came
just
up?
look up Gorilla House, but
Hmm?
look up Gorilla or Rumble House, and it should come up.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All of the people that are with us because they're able to find that link. Right? Without that link, we're not really doing anything. Just a couple of weird people talking to some plastic boxes.
We kind of are that.
So the one thing I'll say, and I like how this works out, is that when you're doing a three, yeah,
That could you hang up for a second?
yeah,
I might call you back, but I probably won't.
okay.
it feels so good on your brain to like use it in a different way.
Mhm.
Is that kind of what you're thinking when you're doing this too, this value study? Like,
No,
just
I was thinking something. Oh yeah, I was thinking about how you have to simplify. Sort of like when I'm turning things into straight contrast black and whites for printmaking,
Yeah,
or for
actually, yeah.
for we're gonna do some what are they called? Cyanotypes.
oh yeah.
So what you're doing is you're
Oh,
looking for your
the-
gray tones.
The
Yeah,
cyanotype stuff came to mom. She texted.
I heard you. Oh, that came out wrong. I mean, awesome. No, seriously, like that. That didn't mean to be.
I didn't take it
Mm-hmm.
like that.
It would be crazy to go pick up the cyanotypes tonight.
No, but we have it. It like because we bought. Yeah, it would be crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's already so beautiful.
Well, I mean,
Jeez,
I do have the advantage of working with a one of the world's greatest sculptors. So,
right.
okay. So what you have to do is limit what you're looking at to certain details. You have to like simplify for this to work. Because if you try and keep too much, and it's like I said, like this T-shirt I'm wearing has black and white, and back in, I guess when I was doing high school art, there's a lot more pressure to learn, especially in the commercial art classes, how to use straight black as a mid-tone. So if you had like pen, hey bud.
So I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff to set it up, and I'll do that when I have more time.
Okay. It's just a better experience if you log on with us. I'm not trying to like pressure you into reading or typing things.
We can practice with you on the weekend.
Yeah. I just don't want to get a $20,000 long distance phone bill. So I think I don't really know how. Like I never even thought about how FaceTime works because we're not like really into like the extended FaceTime conversations.
No, that's not how it works.
It works off my Wi-Fi, and I can talk.
Long distance is like outside of.
No, but am I paying for the call or is it on my Wi-Fi?
I think it's.
We're both guessing.
Not paid for.
We're both guessing.
I kind of think it's free between iPhones.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so what I have here is the midtones, just the midtones.
What we have here
is a failure to communicate. What is this? Why does my Venus look so much more like a Jessie than a Venus?
Oh.
Okay, now I'm gonna go to the darker color.
It was really sweet. Can I tell you a sweet story?
Yeah.
That kind of works.
The grade 9 boys in art today, they said, if you could go back 10 years, would you change anything? I was like, no way. And they're like, well, I was like further? I was like, I don't think so, because then I wouldn't end up where I was, and I wouldn't be with my husband. I wouldn't be doing the things I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then it was just a really sweet moment, because he's like, these
If
kids.
I could go back 10 years, I would not, because then I wouldn't exist.
Right,
Zygote.
exactly.
Or I'd be two.
You'd be two. Yeah.
It's nice to know how to poop by yourself.
You're infinitely interesting, hey? Too interesting to go back.
I would go back and I would do everything the same
Right.
just so that I could have another extra 10 years with you guys.
Oh.
But actually, you say that, and what if things turned out differently? I think we're pretty lucky as it is,
I know,
which
we're
is
so
kind of gloaty
lucky.
to say, but
No. But it was nice. Like, and they're
are you doing a 3? No, what are you doing? You're doing a 2-tone.
I'm doing it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that already looks so good.
You said that already.
I'm doing a 2. Yeah, I'm doing 2 tones. So it's what I carve away is going to be no ink, and then what I leave is going to be inked. So I'll show you. Can I put
So
this
far,
just
Felix,
in
we
front?
showed Dad. What is bigger? Thor's hammer?
Oh, his head.
Yeah. We showed that one. And we showed your time with Dead Kevin.
Okay.
Talking about the
To
letter
open
B.
up, yeah.
And then we're going to show the episode with Garvin. I got a couple other things to show. I got a really funny one.
Hey, Dad.
What?
Wouldn't now be a good time for me to sneak out?
No, we don't do that, my son. You saucy little thing.
You guys are so cute.
Maybe closer to bedtime.
Okay.
How did cleaning up your room?
What?
How did cleaning up your room go?
Well, very well.
Very well. Good.
Let's talk about something else now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to see us on the YouTube?
What?
Are you able to see us on YouTube?
No. Ow. No, I was not. I couldn't find Isle of Roux, number 5. I could find 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, because the live ones are in a different location than the, like when you're live,
Yeah.
it shows up in a different
You
location.
need to become a subscriber, and then it'll pop up for you. Or just be here when we do it. Have any of your friends at school learned about the Isle of Roux? Some of the people at my school are watching. It's cute. Very supportive. Is anybody at home doing a 3-tone, 3-hue painting?
Oh,
So I got my dark and my medium.
can't reach.
Oh, Felix. That's it. That's the thing we got to watch out about, the yelling. Can you close your bedroom door?
Okay.
That's
Felix,
like a
you're not gonna burn your finger this time.
It's like a privacy thing.
Ow! Burned my finger again.
You just said not to.
Well, I'm not a great listener, Dad.
Do as I do, not as I do. I'm impulsive. I don't really even think I've started hot glue gunning until I burn myself. It's not even the burning that bothers me, it's the driving back to Cochrane to make sure I unplug them that bothers me.
Oh, that bothers you? I thought you liked it.
Okay, I'm back.
Did you catch that? Just served me up a zinger.
What did you say, Jesse?
Well, I was talking about how whenever I use hot glue guns at school, I get home and halfway through dinner, I'm like, wait a minute, did I unplug the hot glue guns? And in my entire teaching career, I've never left them plugged in.
Right.
But every single time, I become like 80% sure that maybe I didn't.
Like this time, yeah.
Yeah, and so my custodian lets me in about 3 times a year to once to pick up the important boulder I needed to travel to Disneyland with the high school kids.
Wait, give me 1 minute.
Okay, so there's my dark tone and my mid tone.
I think I need to go.
If we had any viewers, I could negotiate who's going to get this painting.
When I think of Venus de Milo, I think of Jewel because there was a song that I was obsessed with.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to the CD, and like my poor dad had to listen to it incessantly.
Maybe he loved it.
He said, "Don't you listen to anything else?" And then I was like hyper fixated on Jewel.
He's just funny that way.
Yeah,
That's the way he says I love it.
I love that. Thank you for that.
What was the other thing you were doing the other day that you didn't love? Oh yeah, that story you were reading. Do you want to read it tonight?
Oh my gosh, we bought this book. It's so. Oh, Simone's here. Hi, Simone.
Simone, I need a home for this Venus. Simone, also, if you look here in the bottom, I kind of bend my hand the other way. Nope. There we go. Here we go. I'm going to point with the end of my brush. Oh, it's so hard. There we go. Down here, That's our P.O. box. You should send us a letter, and we will send you fan mail. And okay, so this is super contrary. I'm going to use white on my painting as my third value. What do you think of that?
I like it.
I'm glad you do. Okay, Felix. Hang on. Why can't I hang up? There we go. I think my mom would love your Venus. Okay, well, send me a letter to P.O. Box 13035, Beltline, RPO, Calgary, AB, T2R 1C6, and we will mail it to your mom. Send us the return address, your mom's address, and we will mail her a painting. Want to play a game where you keep jamming with your elbow?
I will play that game all night.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How often do I bump into you while you're working? Are you just like way more tolerant than me, or do I never do it?
You must be so magnetic. Everyone, like me and Felix, just like love
you guys. I'm walking down the street and it's just RPO. What does RPO stand? Well, it's because it's a post box, Royal Canadian Post or something. I don't know. What's the RPO stand for?
So I
That's
had
just
to
what it
ask how to get mail to our post office
Right,
box.
because our post box doesn't have a street address. It has an address that identifies it as Canadian Post Office. Yep. Hey, bud.
Hi. Sorry.
Hi.
Arthur, can I have some scissors? Scissors. Yeah?
RPO.
Yeah, bud.
Or saying something?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was talking about how I'm using white paint instead of the white of the paper. However, I really like it, so anybody that says it's wrong can... What's that phrase?
So it says...
Blow it to the wind.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's kind of like the name of the post office.
Like I told you that.
Yeah, no, I know, but I just
you just didn't believe
I want to know what RPO if it stands for something.
Royal Post Office. What is it?
Reddit didn't tell me. Okay. This is like where my brain starts glitching a bit when I'm thinking about carving away.
Okay, so this might be for Simone's mom. We'll put this aside until we get some mail.
Perfect.
Oh, Rich just said it fast. It's in the corner there, though. It's in print. I do say things fast.
Oh, yeah, it is in the corner. So it's P.O. Box 13035.
Felix?
Yeah?
On the screen there.
We're gonna get you to call in a bit, and we'll chat when you chat. You do your work and call me in a bit, because right now your phone's making a lot of background noise. Okay.
I can stop that. Or I can just do this.
Are you muting? Oh, that's fair. That's fair. What time is it? Almost 8 o'clock. Is it too soon for an Isle of Roux? I'll put an Isle of Roux on.
Okay.
Is it too soon?
No, you're fine.
Video file. Wait, Garvin, let it be. Let's do this. Can you grab my Bob Dylan painting?
Yeah.
I woke before the sun in the deep dark night. Birds aren't singing and my chest feels tight. Got a smile on my face and love in my heart. It's not a perfect day, but a perfect start. Let the sweet, cool melody carry you away. It's dark out here, but the sun won't wait. Every step you take, please let the rhythm flow. Life is burning, let the good times roll. The gang is all sleeping, waiting on the alarm. They're so sweet, causing me no harm. Whisper your song, let your spirit roar. The sun peeks out and it's dark no more. Let the sweet warm melody carry you away. It's cool out here, but the sun won't wait. Every step you take, let the rhythm flow. Life is beautiful, let the good times roll.
So that exists in the universe where Rich needs to find homes for painting. So this is my Bob Dylan and what was her name?
Susie.
Susie and Bobby. And we were just listening to Bob Dylan. That's what I painted. I was actually trying out a 3-value painting. I used this yellow ink and I used the blue ink. And then I allowed the white to just show through. So that needs a home. We'll find a home for that. And the same day I was testing, these were with dry ink. So I used the inks and let them dry in between the yellow and blue. And here I used a yellow, red, and blue while they were wet. And that's my Manche. So those are 2 works that need some homes. I'm going to use Felix. I got to get off the phone for a little bit. I'll call you back in a bit, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye. Felix?
Yeah?
I'm going to email you the link to the actual Isle of Roux that you can just click on, okay? It's not the stream art. It's just something you can watch. The Isle of Roux 005. On and off. What am I wearing today?
Kootenays.
Yes, text. Yes, I'm going to text it. Okay, here it is. It wasn't hard to find at all.
He's 12.
Okay.
We know these people. These 12-year-olds. They're cute. They have good intentions.
What am I wearing tonight?
Kootenays.
Kootenays.
I'm like sweating. I'm focused so hard on this dandelion.
I like the picture that comes up.
Oh, that's lovely.
Lovely grandfather.
Oh, yes. Simone, I'll message you the address.
Yes.
It's when you're watching on Facebook, the address is very small because it's
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll make it bigger.
So
Yeah.
that was good feedback. Thank you, Simone.
Maybe it's cut off even. Sing that song. Oh,
How does it start?
Gina would also like the post office. P.O.
Nice.
Box 13035. Beltline. RPO. Calgary, Alberta. T2R 1C6.
I'll email and message you guys them so you have them.
P.O. Box 13035. 035. Beltline. RPO. Calgary. AB.
Okay.
T2R. 1C6. Can you check my data there?
Oh, retail post office. Thanks, Gina. You're
Retail
always
post
there
office.
for us. You guys.
Retail. I'll show you retail. And then can you text Felix and ask him if he got the link? If it's working?
Fun.
I'm just resting. This is so funny. Can I tell you something?
Yeah, of course.
I totally set this up over here so you can begin typing back our fan mail.
Oh, I could do that.
Is that, but what we need is the typewriter plugged in
Yeah.
and a desk.
Yeah, that's okay. I can do that.
And I wonder if we should do that next week.
Sure.
But that's why this was here. So we could read the fan mail
And then type it back.
and then type it back and then also just Jeff.
Oh, these dandelions are reminding me that we got our black and white film back. And I had a bunch of photos from the New Year's Eve.
Can you type the post office address into the comments as well?
Yeah.
Did I just cut you off?
No, it's fine.
I'm that guy. Are you talking to the people?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Um,
Oh. Like this is my mom. Something's getting hot.
so what I like to do when I'm making the print, so look, this is my carving. And I'm starting on a dandelion. And I love working working all the lines together. So the negative space even has a beautiful texture to it and like an energy around it. That's what I really find deeply satisfying in these lino block prints. So even when there's like negative space that I'm carving away, it's like, oh, thanks, Richard.
Is this the one that is this the one that Alexandria Elliott contributed to? Or where's this one from?
I'm not sure.
Do you know?
It might have been from Winslow.
It's kind of beat up. This one. Myths and Image, Joseph Campbell. Is that yours or
Mythic Image. Well, she did send us a bunch of books.
what did I just say? The Myths of what?
You said it's the Mythic Image.
I'll just make words up.
I understand you, so
All right, so
It's fine.
here's kind of a loop. Do I tear the page out or do I print it off?
just tear it out.
Seems kind of intense.
Well, like you
Which one do you
taught
like
me,
better, this
you
one?
have to have the books living. Like the
Yeah, or
books
this
need
one.
to live. Oh wow! Which one was the first option?
This one or this one? I'll put it back in after.
Books need to live.
Yeah. Okay. No pressure.
So, yeah, so it's always like really mind melding to try to remember what you're carving out is going to be the negative space. It's not going to be the image.
Is the mic working?
I think so.
Oh, Richard. As far as fan mail, the way we're actually thinking of it is you're a pen pal, and then we're going to write you fan mail. So you send us pen pal letters, so we have your address, and then we will write fan mail to you. Isn't that exciting?
Because we are your guys' biggest fans.
We are your biggest fans. Okay. Now this is what I like about this. When you do the three tones, three values, yeah. You really got to like split your brain in half. There's some brain.
That's what I'm saying. That's like with this too. I'm like, hey, if it's not this, then this. If it's this, then it's not going to be that. And it really, oh, that's so fun. It made me feel good that you also do that. Like that you, because everything just seems so easy to you. So then my moment right there was like, you have to split your brain in half too? Sorry.
That's okay. I feel like I might have over-exaggerated how hard it was. But yes, it's like brutal. I'm like really struggling.
Thank you.
You know one thing, and I learned this from kind of being bright growing up, is part of my what they considered learning disabilities was, sometimes they would talk about it being lazy, and I wasn't in any way lazy. But what I was a little bit spoiled and entitled when it came to how difficult things were, right? Like if something presented some difficulty to me, it seemed excruciating. And I don't mean that to say that in a vanity way, or even in a sort of unaware way, is that it really, the pain you would have trying to do something that didn't come easily was like,
no, I think that's a very real feeling.
Right.
I don't think
and I think one of the things that a lot of people don't understand about, I'm thinking about, I always look at celebrities, especially celebrity teenagers that kind of grow up and are in celebrity situations. And it's so easy to judge them when they start going nuts, which they're going to. But one of the things I think about is if everything is given to you, if everything's at your fingertips and you have to struggle with something, it might be the same kind of pain as if in another place, your cat loses a leg or something, if you live in a place where it's really hostile and your cat comes home and it's just got gore where the leg was, that might be a bad day. Whereas if you're a movie star or a musical star, it could be that not getting the right kind of bottled water
could actually hurt.
Could actually just send you over the edge, because that's the hardest thing you ever had to deal with. The not right water. I'm trying to remember, it was Van Halen, I think. It was either Van Halen or Metallica. I think it was Van Halen, that they asked for M&Ms and all the brown M&Ms to be removed. And, I think they're just being a bunch of spoiled babies. But decades later, they came up with a rationale, which was to say that they had such an explosive stage show that if they didn't ask for that as a test, that was the way that they could tell if people were paying attention to details. I personally think that's a load of crap and a post-rationalization. The reason I think that's a post-rationalization is my whole life is made out of post-rationalizations, and I kind of recognize the pattern. Keeping it positive, Mr. Teru. Why isn't yours on screen?
I don't know.
Kind of misogynistic monster am I that you're not in my picture?
I show it every once in a while. It's harder because I'm working a little smaller too.
Okay, well then you got to do a better job of just jamming it into the screen every now and then.
I just showed my dandelion carving, and now I'm going to get into the mices.
On the one hand, I do want you to show it. On the other hand, don't love you banging me with it. How many times do I hit you with my artwork? Never. How many times do you hit me with your artwork? All the time.
I just want to be
Whose arm is that? Oh my gosh.
be close to you.
This is one of the best reasons to draw ancient artworks or the classics or other people's artworks is you see, like, I've never look at.
Yeah.
Is she lying on somebody? Does
She has many arms.
Yeah, but
is that Vishnu? Yeah. But you're right. Whose arm is that?
Whose arm is that?
Whose arm isn't that?
Felix, if you're still with us, send us a text.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to sing to me?
Dark out here, but the sun won't wait. I don't know the words. Let the sweet, warm melody carry you away. It's dark out here, but the sun won't
I woke up early one Saturday.
Oh,
morning.
yeah. I woke up in the morning. Oh, no. That you were singing the song. Oh, sorry.
With the intention of trying to write a
Sam Cooke song.
Sam Cooke song. Oh, here we go. Yeah, bud.
Can you give me like 2 minutes so then I can show you my cat?
Yeah, what do you mean give you 2 minutes?
I just need like 2 minutes
to be online.
No, to finish up his ears, then I'll be done.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I might play. What other videos do we have for this week? Present.
The Garvin.
Garvin, here we go. Can you hear this one, Felix?
Uh,
This one was in black and white because it's an old one.
All right, plot a course. Let's see what else is out there.
Oh, hold on. I'm picking up a distress signal. Looks like someone might be in trouble.
What's going on, buddy? Do you need some help?
Yes, please. My ship is damaged and we're running out of oxygen. Please respond with your Legion protocol code.
Listen, buddy, do you want to ride or not?
Welcome, brother. I'm Rich. And this is Jessica.
Thank you for the rescue. I'm Captain Garvin from the Fastidious Republic.
Sounds fun. What brings you out here?
I was on a mission. We were ambushed by feral marauders. My ship was damaged and they left us stranded.
What was your mission, if you don't mind me asking?
To bring order and obedience to a chaotic universe. You know, lineups, grant proposals, deadlines.
Deadlines?
No, deadlines. They're just like deadlines, but they have more structure.
Okay, your new code name is Bubbles. Well, you're safe now. Let's get you back on your feet.
I must say your ship is quite unorthodox. And where are your uniforms?
We're a family unit. We're not a military unit. We value freedom and creativity here.
Discipline and order are essential for a strong society. Without them, there is chaos.
Well, nobody said this is going to be easy. Let's get you back on your feet.
He's a piece of work.
Yeah, well, if it was comfortable, it wouldn't be inclusion.
Yeah.
We're out here. We're going to have to find some common ground.
Common ground is found through strength and unity under a single organization with unwavering leadership and lineups, organization, and submission.
But isn't it important to have different ideas and perspectives? That what makes us grow and improve.
Wait, I know that voice. No, never mind. Different ideas lead to weakness and division. A strong leader needs order and unity through submission.
We prefer balance, mutual respect, and autonomy. Everyone's voice matters here.
How about we fix up your ship, Bubbles?
Hey, Garvin, what do you think?
Very nice. You've got talent.
Thank you.
What do you think of mine?
Oh, very good.
I call it lines and order.
See, there's more to life than discipline and order.
Garvin, your ship's done. Let's get going.
How is that possible? You have no tools and no knowledge of my ship.
How's
How
any
is
of
this possible?
Noted.
And thanks, Garvin. We've learned a lot from you, too. Things like posture and how to take care of our plants, they look great. Our books are organized and alphabetized. You did a great job on the records.
Okay, Captain, it's been fun.
Indeed. Thank you for your hospitality. And whatever.
Take care, Gov. Remember, there's strength in compassion.
Goodbye, Captain. Keep on bubbling.
Captain Garvin, is that really you?
What happened to your uniform? Are you smiling?
Yes, it's me. And I've had quite an enlightening experience.
Enlightening? Did they have lineups?
Sometimes there's great strength and flexibility in understanding. You wouldn't understand at your level.
Captain, are you feeling all right?
You can call me Bubbles. Bro.
Captain's been compromised.
We need to report this. He's different.
Different? Different? What did you say?
Thanks, guys. That was a blast.
Inclusion.
I think we made an impression on him.
I wonder how long it'll take for them to get used to the new Garvin.
You guys ready for our next adventure?
Always, Captain. Always, Captain. Let's see what's out there.
Dad, what was wrong with Garvin's ship?
Nothing. It was just messy.
Feral Marauders.
Moe's Raiders.
You know, those are way funnier than I remembered them.
Honestly,
And quite poignant.
so cute.
And it's funny how things fit in with what we're doing because we're talking about value, as in like the darkness and the lightness, the
Mhm.
value, the being the mid-tone or the
Yeah.
dark tone, but also how like Garvin's values were so different than ours, right? That was the problem. We met Garvin, and Garvin valued order, and we value chaos. So
But then to be able to work together and see the value in each other's
it's a
values.
pretty sweet story. Now it
Gosh.
makes sense that I would like it because I wrote it, but I also forgot it. So like it's a brand new story to me, but it's actually kind of interesting to me how
It's very sweet.
gentle and sweet it was. Did you watch that, Felix?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see it from where you're at.
Well, no, not in the video because for some reason it's not actually live.
Are you in a past tense version of it?
Yeah, it says live, but it's not live.
Is there a lag?
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I know what it looks like. I remember everything.
Or you could hear it.
Yeah.
I actually really didn't remember it very well, and I was quite surprised at how much I liked it. How was the sound, though? Could you follow the words?
Yeah.
I keep thinking it's not loud enough, those videos.
Okay, Dad.
Yeah.
I got him. He's done. He just needs a bit of cooling time.
Are you going to show us?
Yes. Just give me a minute. He's not the most orthodox puppet. He's kind of mostly made out of paper. But
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, and glue strings. I'll need a bit to make him perfect, but right now he's a prototype. A prototype.
Yeah.
Cut a prototype.
I like the word proteo.
Right. Hello.
Oh,
Let's show them up. Hold on, I'll get you in front of the camera. Oh, that's nice. Where'd you get the eyeballs from? My house?
The fastidious Republic.
Yeah. Is that paper?
Yeah.
What parts do I don't think you need to change anything on here. I think we could maybe change some of the paper parts to plastic, but that's a pretty good puppet.
It's just a prototype.
It's interesting how like anybody could do puppets, but so few people do. And I think part of the reason why less people do puppets, and I kind of take it for granted, is that we're able to make our own puppets. Otherwise, to get your original puppets kind of difficult. Where's your hot glue gun right now?
I just
Unplugged it. Where's the hot part?
on my desk,
Okay.
sideways.
Okay.
I'm gonna go upstairs. I can stay on my phone, but
I'm gonna hang up the phone. You call back in a bit, okay?
yeah.
Can I show?
Yeah, please.
I got the mouse's face and it's looking super cute already.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
So I like going the flow from sculpture to lino block is kind of good for my brain, but lino block into sculpture is also a good flow.
Well, they're both carving.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about.
And there's
that.
actually one of the things that I talk about a lot was when I was in a sculpture / fabrication class, which sounds like the same thing twice.
Right.
But what was the difference between fabrication and sculpture, which was not explained to us in the course? It was one of those like, what do you think? It's like, no, I'm paying to be here. Tell me what the difference is. But we'd ask, what's the difference between sculpture and fabrication?
Yeah.
And there wasn't a formal explanation about the two, but it was written into the course that we were going to do both things. I set my mind to coming up with a definition for actually in both painting and drawing and fabrication and sculpture. It was important for me to try and figure out what the definitions of those words were that were different. And I actually came to my understanding of fabrication and sculpture through drawing and painting. Isn't that funny? So here's what happened there. I noticed for the final project, we did some fabrication, we did some sculpture, we did some fabrication, we did some sculpture. Now, clearly the instructors knew the difference because when they were doing fabrication projects, we authentically did fabrication projects. But for some reason, they wouldn't provide us with an explanation of what the difference of those two things were. But we did several fabrication projects, several sculpting projects. When it came to the final piece, it was totally optional which you wanted to do. Right. And what I noticed was all of the painters ended up doing fabrication projects.
Yeah.
All of the drawing majors did sculptures. And what occurred to me was that sculpting is carving away. You're taking a block of white marble. We weren't using marble, but just follow my drift. I think I was using plaster, a block of white plaster. And you're cutting the corners off reductively. You're reducing the square block into a different shape by cutting away from it. Whereas the painters, they were fabricating. They were taking an empty space and building into it. So if if you had an empty space and you filled it with plasticine, that's more like a painting. Is if you have a block and you're carving away from it, that's more like putting the black into the white. The white represents the block, and the black represents cutting the corners off. And what I found was that the drawing majors gravitated towards
carving,
sculpting, and the painting majors gravitated towards
painting,
fabricating,
building up. Yeah.
And because I was immersed in both, I noticed that I was compelled to do both. So what I ended up doing was fabricating a perfect cube, the best perfect cube I could, and then sculpting my cube into a sphere. And probably the last time I really interacted with Gord Ferguson was Gord kept coming by, and he'd seen me midway. He saw me with the cube that I made a cube about the size of I don't know how I describe it. It was about if a record was square, it was like 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet.
Right.
And I cast a cube, which I didn't need to cast it, but I just wanted to. I cast a cube, and so I fabricated a cube. I made it out of nothing, and then what I did was I had this hammer. It was like a mallet, like a Flintstones mallet, and I just pounded it with a chisel until it was right down to the corners were off, and then I sanded it into a sphere. And I had two really interesting thoughts that happened with it. One, I started to see the difference between building and reducing. Mm-hmm. Drawing is reducing, painting is building. I noticed how the painters that gravitated towards the adding and the drawing majors gravitated towards reducing. And I noticed in myself that I was drawn to do both. I needed to do both for this piece. But the other thing that happened was I think this thing might be in my parents' house. I ended up with something about the size of a basketball, and I painted it purple. I stained it purple more than painted it. And my intention was, if I take this cube and I beat it for 6 hours until it's a circle with love, is it possible that love can show through in the piece? My instructor was from Texas. She was this lovely lady. And I put a sheet over my piece, and I'd never presented anything in my life before. I put a sheet over my piece, and it was my turn to present. I pulled the sheet off. And I remember she gasped. And she did like the clutching of the pearls. Yeah. And then she walked over and touched it. And she said, "This is really remarkable." Oh, let me go back to Gord. Gord kept coming by when I was chiseling it, saying, "I could show you how to cast that in half an hour." And I was like, I wasn't going to explain him my process because he wasn't my teacher. But my process was I wanted to cast a cube and turn it into a sphere through love and patience.
Right. And you wanted to feel that after.
Right.
Yeah.
My instructor walked over, having not seen the piece, touched it, and then said, "This is really remarkable because I can tell from its roundness that you cast this, because you can't cast something so round." So she said, "I'm sure that you cast this, but I also have this bizarre feeling that this piece was really loved. And I don't usually get that feeling from cast work." And then she was really, perplexed. She's like, "What did you do with this?" And I said, "Well, I did cast it as a cube. And then I carved it into a sphere. And I carved it into a sphere to see if I could carry over that love, that feeling, that gentleness of just pounding away with the giant hammer." And I remember she was like, "This is and it was more, I can't really quote what she said, rather than the recognition and understanding of what I was trying to say was also what she'd been struggling to say. And like, I don't remember the exact details, but is that a story? I don't know if I screwed it up.
No, I think so. Yeah. It's like the idea of cooking with love and adding love in your cooking. Yeah. You can taste it. It's like the idea of,
when I eat something and it wasn't cooked by you, I was like, I want my love food.
My love soup.
Yeah. And do the kids in your class always ask you about your soup? Like, they're like, "Wow, what's that smell?" And you're like, "This is love soup." And then I tell the kids how you and I spent a day just focusing on our own selves and inventing our own soup and we bought bowls and we bought spoons. And we spent a day inventing our own soup that only we have. We've shared it with a few people, but they love it. They just think, even the tough boys.
We shared it with Garvin. Yeah, right. That's what I mean about
even
today.
The tough boys love
the tough boys in grade 9. They're like,
story.
Yeah, I thought it was like there's really sweet moments because I think they see, because it's the same thing. They feel the authenticity of different things too, because they're tough because they have lots of feelings in them right now, right? And it's like I think they feel.
Well, they're also tough because we're still conditioned to be a certain way sometimes.
Right, but they still feel it.
Despite knowing better, we still end up, with those conditionings.
But that's what makes those interactions even sweeter. Because, yes, it even happens with the tough boys. And maybe it's like more apparent in those situations. What?
I wonder what happens when Felix has to go to bed. He's really struggling tonight because he wanted to join us. Maybe we'll look through the Imaginator to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's time for bed.
Okay.
The beginning part got cut off. So,
Oh, yeah.
Felix, time for bed. So that's what he's up to, the little stinker. Who knew?
That's really cute.
Yeah. Do you think there's someone out there doing their own free-value drawing?
I think so.
I really liked how value fitted in because I forgot about that because I was thinking about value as like we talk about valuing art. And when I opened up Gorilla House, there was a little bit of heat where people thought I was devaluing art. I think eventually we won that battle.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like when there was a fella in an art gallery, he was really sweet, and we mentioned you had a Salvador Dali, and I got a George Braque, and he's like, "Oh, have you ever had them appraised?" I'm like, "No, I know what they're worth. They're priceless." He's like, "Yeah, but don't you want to know what they're worth?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're priceless." Right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think the third time I said it, because we kind of mix up the business of art and the passion of art. And I think the first few times he said it, he's like, "Yeah, but don't forget that there is a financial value." And I said to him twice, like, "No, they're priceless. Like, pay attention." And I think when I said it the third time, he kind of clued in, like, "Oh yeah, right. Sometimes it's just not about money."
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice interaction, actually. I wasn't sure if I liked that guy until the third time I said it's priceless, right?
Yeah.
But also, we often have conversations. Felix is struggling with big feelings because somebody at school hurt his feelings, or the kids at school are dealing with stuff because somebody else has hurt their feelings, or even a family member can hurt your feelings. And the thing that I'm always talking about is nobody's out to get you. It's just that the people around you have different values.
Yeah.
The people that really value big trucks over
Education,
clean air, they have a different set of values, right? Well, what I mean that is I used to ride my bike to work, and I was riding my bike to work because I believed in clean air, and I knew that one person wouldn't make a difference. But coming up the hill, and it was 100 meters up, every single morning on the same strip was a diesel truck where the fellow would let his truck run for around 45 minutes. And I could see the truck at the top of the hill. I can't say 45 minutes, but I can say it took me 15, 20 minutes to get up the hill in the winter. And the entire way up the hill, I could see this truck just with these bellows of smoke coming out. And I'm on my bicycle because I want to live in a better world, but I also can't breathe because like the entire street stunk of the diesel engine. And I do understand a diesel truck, you have to let it run, which is a good reason not to have a diesel truck. But I remember of all the times I saw this vehicle warming up in the cold, I never saw it running. It was always just there before I left for work, it was there running when I got to the bottom of the hill, and it was
not going anywhere.
It was still running when I got to the top of the hill, and didn't matter what time I left, it was still always running and nobody in it. And it's a different value. That person values the warmth of their truck. They value the stability of their diesel engine, and I'm trying to value the air around me. It's really easy to get caught up thinking I'm right and everybody else is wrong. And I liked how Garvin, who joined us on the Isle of on the Lost Hero X, had such different values than us, but he kind of loosened up and became a little more like us, and we became a little more like him. And
like organizing records is valuable.
Yeah. Then he goes back to his people and shoots them because they accused him of being different, which is one of our values. We value difference. We value originality. We value
and humor. We value humor.
Sure, yeah.
Holy, it's 8:30 already?
Isn't it?
Time goes so fast when you're making art.
Doesn't it? It's a quiet night for our contributors. I really liked last week where people kept sending us pictures. No pressure.
Also, though, sometimes it's nice when there's difference.
Do I know anybody that needs a Che Guevara in their life? 3-tone, yellow, red, and blue. The primaries. The primary rebel. Do I know anybody that needs a Bob Dylan in their life? Bobby and Susie. That one comes with a video on how I made it. I think I have a home for Venus.
Yeah.
We'll have to check the mail. What do you think of this?
Oh, wow.
See,
See,
that's a value you have.
And the idea of just being able to focus on a piece with lots going on.
Yeah.
And then you're able to simplify it.
Yeah.
And see it.
Right. That's actually where I do have an advantage here of not just using the white of the paper and allowing myself the grace of this white. Is it gouache? I'm using white gouache. And so that puts a nice final touch on it. You know, with my oil paintings and my watercolors, I always put gesso in at the end, which you're supposed to put in at the beginning. But one of my values is showing all the different layers of what you make. And so it's exciting to me to break the rules and put the starting point at the end. So I like that final splash of gouache at the gesso at the end. And in this case, I'm using gouache on top of my, were those other ones watercolors? Also gouache. Gouache on gouache. There's lots of neat patterns in here. Wonder if this is one of the nights where we did. No, people have talked to us. It was weird if like you did a whole night and at the end of the night realized that the sound was off or something.
No.
I mean, no, we would totally do that. That is an us move. Which goddess is this? Oh,
Vishnu. V. Did you do that on purpose?
I mean,
you did not do it.
Did you say Vishnu?
Yeah.
I think maybe like it registered. I think you said Vishnu, and I thought that fits. But it would have been more like, did it fit with my Venus? Than I was thinking cognitively of the letter V. Like I tend to group things that way for sure. Even when it makes sense that I would want to group the evening this way based on letters, but because I do that, right?
Right.
You do same patterns too, right?
Yeah, totally.
I kind of see you like alphabetizing the toothpaste and stuff. Don't act like you don't.
Don't act like you don't like it.
I do. I like the way you said that too. That was sexy as all heck. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do with this. And I also like that this will be one of those things that 1,000 years from now, when I'm dead and somebody inherits my Joseph Campbell book, there'll be one page that was pulled out and then turned.
They'll be like, what happened
Those
here?
that came from the sea shall return to the sea. Do you know that's wrong?
No.
Want to know what I remember it from?
Yes.
Different Strokes.
Oh, that's
Arnold's fish died. And then they went through the entire pantomime of trying to find another goldfish. And when they finally admitted to him that
it never worked.
his fish died. Oh. Did you lose an eye?
No, just scared me.
Some melodrama.
Well, it was in my eye, but
shush now, sweet child. They flushed his fish at the end of the episode, and he said, "Those that came from the sea shall return to the sea." Yeah, this one's done. Oh, I didn't even pull it out of the book. Isn't that nice? This is such a great feeling. Though, do you ever worry you're going to get 2 pages instead of 1?
yeah, because they're so thick.
But this is looking.
Oh, that is sad.
And I saw you doing this once, and it just seemed so like
Extra.
Yeah, like
I know. Every time I got a knife out, I was like, "Wait," and you're like, "You don't need to do that." I'm like, "Oh, I need to do that."
But there's a really nice slithery feeling to this amputation.
Yeah.
So Vishnu, giving her. I like this one. If you have any interest in this painting, we'll post them afterwards. You can contact us now at 403-629-7424. Or you could just as easily send us a letter. It's not true. It's way harder to send us mail. Ooh. We're on for half an hour more?
Yeah.
I'm not going to run the coffee machine because it's so darn loud. Would you like half of a kombucha?
No, I'm good with water. Thank you. Or unless.
Little did you know we have iced tea.
Oh my gosh.
No Theo tonight.
How? Oh, hey, you could see him.
Who?
The mouse.
Well, that's how that works.
Ow. I got to do the next guy here. He's coming too. They're two little dudes with their
little
tails.
Dude.
Tails intertwined. Holding on to each other in the dandelion.
This is just too tasty. I don't mind that there's a little bit of coffee at the bottom because your coffee tastes so good.
Love coffee.
Where are we going to keep these? In a file? In the Isle of Roux book or in a box? Let's put them in a box.
I'm not there psychologically yet. Because I still want to write back to them. So.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just want them to have a box.
Oh, okay.
And maybe we can paint it. You know what sucks?
What?
Well, I went and got the Joseph Campbell book, and I thought I was done doing research for content. But now I need another inspiration. I could do something from my mind. Doesn't work as well with the when you're trying to do the lesson of the three.
Yeah.
Miles Davis. Ooh, that's a good one. Carl Sagan. Oh, we have such good books. Why don't we read more? Timeless Myths. Oh, I'm losing my mind. I'm going to throw that American Gods book out.
Hey.
Here with 1,000 Faces. Oh, we have a lot of...
Joseph Campbell.
Yeah.
He was a smart dude.
Isn't he? Am I on screen right now?
I don't think so.
Oh, here's a funny one. Show this book.
Oh.
Maybe I could find a painting in there to work from.
Hey, I know that one.
It's not on screen. I'll give you one job. One job, Tabor.
Actually, I have many jobs.
Just put this down. And then there it is. See how that works?
Oh, yeah.
This is a collection of Dr. John's works. So there's a lovely painting of his wife. I don't know who the genius that did that was.
If you're ever at the Bella Concert Hall, please go visit Naomi.
Hold me close, exotic dancer. How much time is it? 41. These are some beautiful paintings by some pretty important artists.
Yeah.
In our benefactor Dr. John's collection. Oh, this would be actually perfect for what I'm doing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
In it.
So, some of Canada's best pieces. Are these all Canadian? Most of them?
Most of them.
Some bronzes. that Floodberg?
Yep.
Sure is. That's actually my favorite of Chris Floodberg's work. Dr. John has the best taste. Oh, that's interesting. Now I am the Mushroom Man, the Mushroom Man, Mushroom. And there are some of these paintings in the National Gallery, or is that a separate collection? Dr. John has a collection of paintings, and some of them are in the National Gallery. I'll tell you which ones I'd like to see in the National Gallery. Do I have time to paint one more painting?
You usually do.
I like this one.
Oh.
I kind of think, and I'm going to check, I might have a Dick Van den Hogen at my parents' house.
Van den Hogen.
Because he was a guy, the one I have was a guy who did like those paintings at like, it was at Klondike days where I went, oh, look at this.
Oh. See, this is
Suddenly
cool,
this book gets wild, eh? And I also
have...
painted bikes all day at school today with the kids.
That's cool.
Huh. I really like these paintings. There really are a lot of them. I got to get through these.
Sorry.
So, look at that. Look at that pretty girl. Look at that pretty girl. So a lot of these paintings were
Hey,
actually...
Maya Stricker.
Maya Stricker. I'm going to flip through faster because I need to get to my painting. But it is nice to be able to share this. I had a pretty big cry when I realized how many pieces I had in this. We'll look up more about Jim Vest. I'm going to invest some time. Jim Vest. I'm just going to flip through fast to the end. Because really, I just want to do for my paintings. But it was neat finding this book on the wall, too.
It is always
Right?
neat finding that book on the
Yeah, because you forget. It's nice to have done enough paintings that I forget. And a lot of those are my studio works as well. All right, here we go. It's 8:45. I'm going to paint me some Frank Frazettas. Can I just open this for a second? I wonder if it's possible to get a copyright infringement from the Frank Frazettas. I do like that Tarzan. Should I just go with the cover so I don't have to worry about opening the pages? Ooh. Also, the gorilla appeals to me.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. I could do that one. I don't have to cut the pages out, though.
Mm-hmm.
The Land of Terror. All right. Maybe I cut this book up later at a later date. So, like, the easiest way for me to do this would be to just use the cover. It's not the piece I'm dying to paint, but we'll give it a go. All right, where's my little tin can? There we go. Tin can. Welcome. Cannot open it. Okay. What I keep doing is scooping the white off the top. Oh, I can live that. I got a scoop. I'll put this in here. That blue's so powerful.
Oh, yes.
That even when I keep adding white, this seems to hold its charge.
I know. In my head, it's like phthalo blue is always the one that, like, if I'm using it, I'm going to find it everywhere later in my life. Like,
right.
It's always phthalo blue.
Like it gets into
my
the
ear.
brushes?
like everywhere. Phthalo blue is just like everywhere.
That's one of those paint colors.
Yeah.
Is it? You think that's why like it's so like in your mind? Just like when you took the class, they said it was like a mandatory for your.
It's just a really nice deep blue. Like I like it.
I have a tendency to think I avoid it.
Interesting. Probably maybe hidden traumas of getting it everywhere. Because I'm just kidding. No, that's my own.
No,
thing. I know.
That's not why.
I was being funny. Sorry.
All right, I could tell you why, but at this point, I think it would be cruel.
It's okay. You don't have to say it.
No, I will. But
like cruel? Never mind.
I want to say it in context is why I avoid phthalo blue.
Okay.
If you were to have a basic set of colors,
mm-hmm.
what would they be?
Like phthalo blue, red cad.
Right. And what's the
Maybe
one thing?
burnt
What's the
sienna.
one thing in life that I don't like to be?
Basic or common.
Right.
Yeah.
So 100%, it's my obstinance that avoids the phthalo blue because it's expected.
Yeah.
But also like the positive way to say that is I'm avoiding it because it's the expected.
Yeah.
The not positive way would be like I avoid it because it's basic.
Right.
And it's not basic as in like lame or uninteresting.
Yeah.
But because it is the expected.
Yeah.
It's also why I have so much a hard time with writing proposals is I cannot stand writing proposals because it's expected.
Right.
It's not that I can't do the work. I like writing. But I hate the obvious. Now you can get sucked into that where you become like the antithesis, you know, you're anti everything. But I definitely avoid phthalo blue because it's the expected. How many times have I bumped into your elbow tonight?
A few, and you've
Have
also
I?
flipped a book into my eyeball.
Okay, I'll take that. There shared a video. Oh, that's nice. Heather. It is quite quiet because I guess I'm used to having like more guests on. We do have like
look.
So our last week's video got 16,700 views, which is pretty awesome. Because currently we have 8, and from 8 it will shoot up. Now, when I say 8, that's a different number, and maybe in some ways a little more authentic because we know that there's 8 people at least with us right now, because we can see it in the top corner. But it doesn't necessarily show us all our outlets. Did we broadcast to Twitch this week?
Yeah.
Okay. So like right now, we don't know if there's somebody on from Twitch. Oh, are you checking the links from Twitch to see if anybody's sending us messages?
No. the messages come up on this too.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they're messaging us, I can't tell if they're just watching.
Right
now.
Right. If you are messaging us from Twitch, and
we'd be able to see because it comes up as purple.
No, but if you're watching from Twitch and you'd like to message us,
oh yeah,
that'd be pretty fantastic. And then after we go live, a number of people watch it or are exposed to it after it was live, which is exciting to think that somebody might have the dishes on tomorrow, doing the dishes and have us on in the background. That makes me happy. I'd really love to see actually if people are sending us mail. Fantastic if you also sent us some of your artwork to show, but I guess if you do, I'll have to send you something back because we don't just have to give your artwork away. But letters are nice. I am not sticking to the laws of the three value painting right now because I am using lines, and really with the three value painting I'm supposed to just be using shapes, and that is one of the benefits of it is it helps you practice just blocking in the shapes of things. I'm going to be sad when I run out of this blue. What is it called?
Cerulean?
Prussian.
Oh, I love a good Prussian.
Yeah. That
is a good blue. Actually, that gives the richness of the phthalo without the commonness, actually.
I don't know what it is about the phthalo. I think I also don't love the way it mixes.
Oh, interesting. I really like how it mixes with like browns.
Yeah, to make it black.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
You get a nice dark black with a blue and a brown.
Yeah.
I know you do your blacks with a red and a green.
Yeah.
But a blue and a brown make a pretty nice
You're
black
right.
too.
Yeah, you're totally right. The green and red was like the Wojciechowska, the watercolor teacher I had. She was very intense. Yeah. So I find like certain things get stuck in my head because of the intensity of the interaction.
I'm grateful for your recommendation of green and red. I think that also works better with different kinds of paints though too, right? Like that one sticks in my mind is does it work best with oil paint or
well, yeah, and I learned it with watercolor, but then that's what we used because Mark gave us those beautiful mural paints. We used that for the black in our mural.
Mm-hmm. I think we used blue and brown for the black in the mural. Did you hear a buzz?
I never know. Is it your phone?
Possibly.
No.
Yeah, it's weird, like, because we get so much feedback at different rates, and it really is hard to tell how many people are with us. And even though when I say, like, our video was exposed to 16,700 people, that's definitely not to say that many people watched 2 hours of the broadcast, because I know that's not true. If it was like 200 people out of 16,000 watched the whole broadcast, I'd be blown away. But it is interesting. The feedback you get comes in forms of strange numbers, and then you have to try and interpret what they actually mean. And sometimes things are way less cool than they look, and sometimes things are way cooler than they look, you know?
Yeah.
Do you have an idea what you're singing to us tonight?
I do have an idea.
What is it?
It should be a surprise.
Oh, even to me.
Yeah.
I would say you could whisper it in my ear, but that microphone's pretty darn good.
Oh, the book. Oh my gosh. Baby Nolan was born on Rumble 600.
That's pretty cool.
That is so sweet.
Eden, are you drawing with us tonight?
It's so nice to see you.
You could send us a picture to 403-629-7424 or mail us a letter to P.O. Box 13035 Beltline, RPO, Calgary, Alberta, T2R1C6. And that's in our bottom right-hand corner of our screen. And if you mail us a letter, we will mail back to you some fan mail. So, as far as you're concerned, we're pen pals. But as far as we're concerned, we're going to send you
we're your biggest fans.
We're going to send you fan mail.
Congratulations on baby Nolan. Hi, Cody.
Alrighty. We're going for basically another half an hour. I've got some iced tea left. That sounds like a code for drink, but it's actually iced tea. I'll let you know when we're 3 years dry. Right now, I think it's about 2 3/4. What was it that I said instead of dry the other week? Wet.
Oh, yeah, but then we were also talking about, is there a term for when you give up gambling? because dry or sober is
Yeah.
our term for not gambling.
Right. Like well, you would say something about being in addictions counseling for gambling, but there's like a shortcut that people recognize. Do we have paper towels, Andy? Don't go.
No.
I'll get it.
No, don't go.
You're not my paper towel.
Wench.
That's a good word.
Oh. Oh, look at that claw coming forward.
Yeah.
Little mouse. Little mouse. I want it to look like the sun's beating on them from this side. So now I'm going to think about.
It's funny that I'm cleaning this one spot on the table. This is our kitchen table and our art table. Should I slurp more or less on the live broadcast?
Go with what you feel.
Will ink come off of this tray?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Let's
It's
just say.
stainless steel. I was going to say, too, February 1st is this Saturday.
Mhm.
And it's when the book, audiobook, Secrets of the Forsaken,
Mhm.
is an audiobook of scary stories.
Yeah.
And if you would like,
Are there any special authors in this book that you like?
oh yes,
Name
there
one
are
that you're-
lots of good authors in this book.
Yeah. But who's your favorite?
Um,
If you were in an airplane and you had one parachute for one author in this book, who would you give that parachute to? For my sake.
Rich Teru.
No, I'm not in the book.
Oh, sorry, Jessica Teru.
Yeah, that would be nice if you saved yourself.
That would be nice.
Someone to grow old with.
I'm trying to find the release date. It's not up on Audible yet, but it's
Wait,
on Spotify.
who's in the book, Jesse?
Jessica.
Jessica's in the book.
And I was gonna secrets. I'm gonna share the link. Link to the stories. It's on Spotify. February 1st is the release date. I was trying to find the Secrets of the Forsaken. I should know the title, sorry. Secrets of the Forsaken. I'll share the link if you guys are interested in some scary stories. Alexander Soup. There's oh yeah, I have done quilts. My grad pieces were all quilts, and then I did, so everything I do is like no planning. Well, I do a plan. I do it in paper. I kind of draw it out and then cut pieces. Actually, you know what? You're talking about your persistence of vision.
Mhm.
I use persistence of vision when I make quilts.
Mm.
I have my drawing down, and then with the fabric, I like lift and put down and kind of draw the shapes, and then I stitch each of the pieces together.
You know what you could do is I could switch cameras and you could just show some of your quotes. Want to do that?
I don't know where they are.
Oh, well, that presents a problem. How about we show some quotes next week?
Sure. So yeah, I did. My grad piece was a quilt.
It'll be a bit of a draw for the number 6 episode.
Oh, you too? Oh, I'd like to see some of yours too.
Yeah, send us a picture and we'll show.
Yeah, Tan, that'd be lovely.
You can send it right now if you have a picture handy. Also, if you want to share your work and we can find a viewer to buy it, what we're going to do is just have you connect with the viewer, and you can sell your work to them for 100% of the sale, and we don't even want any of it because we don't have to keep a gallery open anymore. It's kind of a nice the unburdening of not having to pay rent. Ooh, you know what we could do?
Ooh, that was fun.
You know what we could do?
Ooh,
This is
tasty little
funny.
morsel. Yeah.
We
look
could
at
actually
that.
stick the video camera out the window and show you the new barber shop that's in our old space.
Oh yeah, we
Isn't that
drive by
wild?
it and we always see the
Watching the developments.
changes
yeah.
and the developments.
Do you happen to know if I have some metallic paints in the house?
I kind of feel like in that top drawer you might have inks that are metallic. Oh, it's windy. Do you want me to look?
The Banshee. The Banshee is out there.
She's okay.
She's scary.
Oh, also, it's
Yeah.
St. Bridget's Day this weekend, and I was doing, for Imbolc, I was doing St. Bridget's Cross. I'm not done it yet. I ran out of the nice green gold, so I had to start over again. But I like it, embroidering the Matha numbers. Yeah, totally makes it more authentic.
I really like the peachy tone as a white.
Yeah.
Once I'm done whatever fleshy bits that I was working on, I like it as a, because it's kind of got an opacity that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it as a, kind of as a, I use it as a bleached, like my bleached,
Like an unbleached titanium.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Love that.
Okay.
Have you thought about adding a logo and banner on stream? Oh, there is a logo. Can you not see it? Let's see. Samantha, can you see on Twitch? Because you're on Twitch, so this will help
Let's
us.
just, you know, it might be cut off. That might be the thing, but let's try a different banner.
We're
Here's
happy
our,
for
here's
the
our other
feedback.
banner. Is that showing up?
You let us know if you can see.
Interesting. It's interesting that the banner got cut off. Huh. Yeah, our new banner has the address and the phone number on it.
So
I might have just not tested.
in the top right, there's a little TV logo saying the Isle of Roux, and then in the left there's the name. But yeah, and we have different versions, so that's okay. I really appreciate you saying something, Samantha, because we are learning what people can see the best. Also, if people are watching from Facebook, we were thinking about Rich did up a new banner with our PO box, but it's also super small if you're watching on your phone. So we're just like, we just really appreciate the feedback. What's emotes? I'm learning about Twitch currently through you. So let me know what is it. What is it? To ask the kids that I teach. Oh, thank you. Of course you can.
I did see a metallic gold somewhere. I do not know where it is. Do you have any idea? It's not in my box. I keep thinking if it's not here, it must be at the gallery. But guess what? There ain't never no more gallery. We ungalleried it. How many minutes are
Like 20 emotes
Who
are.
are we meeting? Are we meeting Twitch people?
Yeah.
At the end of our broadcast?
Yeah. So it says emotes are small pictures that are used in place of a word or comment to express the emotion of the individual post. Oh, okay. Like emojis but emotes. Okay. So is that on Twitch? Because I can learn, like, do we activate that or do people? That's interesting. Should I get my computer out and look at
Like
that?
right now?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look at
We've
that
got a
for
week
next.
until next week. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at that for next week. Oh, designers make that. Oh, so you can make your own emotes for your stream. That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna learn about this. Thank you. I like learning. I love playing with the lino cutoffs. Look at this one, it's so satisfying.
Very nice.
It's like a unicorn horn. Oh, you can make some if you want. Oh, I'm gonna look into them and then, yeah, you don't need to stress. That is so kind of you. I don't know, like if this is like still a very ephemeral thing in my head.
Yeah, we're certainly not Twitch experts.
So yeah, it's nice to hear like different things I can.
We're experimenting.
Yeah.
Which maybe might come off as obnoxious. You know, we're up here expecting people to watch and we don't know what we're doing.
I think that's learning. I don't know. Like we're teachers and we're always encouraging people to try things they're not. We're being vulnerable.
Are we ever? Okay.
Does that come off as obnoxious?
I'm obnoxious. Everything I do comes off as obnoxious.
That's not
That's
true.
not like, that's just who I am.
That's not
I think it's my
true.
face.
No.
There's those actors that no matter what they do. How should I send the photo quill? Oh, just send it to 403-629-7424. And then I'll see it on my phone.
Yeah, here. I'll put it in the text that our phone number is.
That's like a big yellow booger. It's starting to dry out, isn't it? I can't put that back in a jar. It will contaminate. Come on, you. Oh, there we go. Inks are really fun to mix with other stuff. Don't shake the table, don't even shake the table. Don't shake the table, don't even shake the table. Do you like my song?
No.
I made it up just for you.
I don't like it at all. Seems very controlling.
Oh, wow.
I'm just kidding. I was thinking about Garvin episode.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was just joking.
Garvin.
I love you.
Love you too.
I miss Galen.
Yeah. That's actually one of the things that when we shut Rumble down, I was like, oh, I guess I won't see Galen every Wednesday for the rest of my life. Though I think his wife is kind of happy to have him back after 12 years. What do you think of this painting, Jesse?
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I'll zoom in.
Boom.
It has a completely different look. What?
Country code 1403.
How do you know that?
What?
Oh, the phone number?
Is that what you mean?
Country code is Canada, CA. Not to be confused with California. I think in maybe just write Canada, CAN. Being comfortable and confident are encouraging.
It's not obnoxious. See?
Yeah, but I am obnoxious. 100%. Okay, I'm going to let this dry. Put a few more details into my Frazetta ripoff. Can I show my pieces? Do I have pieces from last week that need homes?
Oh, my back.
So Rich,
Ow, my back.
after selling
No, you don't.
2,700 paintings to keep the gallery open, chooses not to sell any more paintings. That's my new thing for a while. What I will do is trade you a painting for a letter. So send us a letter to your return address, and we will mail you back fan mail, meaning we will be your fans forever. And we'll read your letter online. And then if you want to contact us back, you could even read our letters back to us and send us a video, put that online. I kind of had the idea that we might type the letters in, but then you're not waiting for them in the mail. Do I have more videos to share? Presenting. Showed that. Showed that. Showed that. What's this? Did I show that?
What is it called?
Oh yeah, this is cute. This is about vulnerability.
My friend left school.
Do you think other kids have friends that leave school?
Yeah.
Do you think that grown-ups sometimes have to deal with being by themselves?
Yeah.
So is that scary?
Yeah.
Have you thought about it much this summer? You go back to school and there's just you. What are you going to do at lunchtime?
I don't know.
Have you thought about that at all?
I might do garbage cleanups.
Oh, here goes my video. So I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking about some things you could do to make going back to school easier, and one of them, idea number 2, was do something really interesting at lunchtime, so that the other kids might want to come and talk to you.
Garbage.
What?
Garbage cleanup.
Yeah, that was my idea. Did you steal it out of my head while you're sleeping?
No.
That's pretty cool. What are some other things you could do? It'd be a good year to get caught up on some school and build some extra skills.
Yeah.
But why?
I don't know.
Well, because if you build some extra skills, you also become even more interesting, right? So if somebody saw you like doing knitting at lunch, they might come over and ask you how to do that.
Yeah.
Or like if you brought in a trampoline and you're doing backflips over the fence, they might be like, that's cool, can I try? Do you think there might be moments where you feel shy? What about like Dead Kevin? Do you want to bring Dead Kevin to school?
No.
Why?
Because I can't carry him on the bus.
That's your reason? What are the other kids going to say if you're hanging out with Dead Kevin? Actually, you could bring Sonny and have conversations with him like, hey, Felix, how come nobody's eating lunch with you? I don't know, Kevin. I don't know, Sonny. I'm a pretty great kid. Look, there's a spot right there. Boy, they're missing out.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Would be funny. Maybe don't try that one right away.
Yeah.
I thought we could practice making friends.
I have friends.
What?
I have other friends.
You have other friends?
Yeah.
So you're not too worried?
I'm not too worried.
Okay. Do you know I stayed up all night worrying about you last night?
Oh, sorry.
I had 3 ideas. No, don't be sorry. I had 3 ideas. One, and one of them wasn't the puppets. One was a garbage cleanup at lunch, because I think when you're really interested in making the world a better place, people will see how interesting you are, and they may want to. Just working on your confidence that when you're sitting, because Oliver spent a year by himself too. He changed schools.
Mm-hmm.
And he spent a year by himself. And then the kids got to know him because they were like, they thought he was really like, the problem is he did too good of a job looking cool, so they were all afraid of him. And then there's this great story that David Bowie, I just heard it about David Bowie. I don't think I heard him say it, but he was waiting to go on TV. And there was a boy who was supposed to go on TV before him, and the boy was really nervous. And he told him about how he would take a mask, put your hands up, and he'd pull a mask over his face, an invisible mask that made him invincible. When he had his mask on, he had a different persona, and nothing could harm him. And so he used to pull on an imaginary mask, really slowly and carefully, and fit it into all the cracks. And once he had the mask on, no one could hurt him. Manifesting confidence. Practicing making friends and being interesting at lunchtime.
Okay.
Did I wake you up for this talk?
Yeah.
How do you feel today?
Sleepy.
You're going to camp?
Yeah.
And then you're going to make some friends at camp? Yeah. Do you have an idea for that? Like just run in with your arms flailing like, who's going to be Felix's friend? Who's going to be Felix's friend? I do think a puppet's a better idea than speaking in third person. Like, Felix wishes somebody was sitting with him today. Can I use this video at some point?
Yeah.
But not right away. I think it'll be better at Christmas when you're kind of, we can do a cut back and see how you did with things.
6 months later.
So it's 6 months later, and you went to school, and your best friend had changed schools, and you're a little bit nervous about going back to school, correct?
Yeah.
So how did that turn out?
I got new friends.
You met new people?
Yeah.
And then what was the first day like? Did you forget that you were going back by yourself, or were you nervous?
No, not really.
What were you thinking about on the bus on the way to school that day?
I don't know. I was just hoping I was in the same class as like some of my other friends.
Yeah, so you had other friends?
Yeah.
And then you have to regroup. You know what I found when I was young is every time I made a new best friend, I would have like one enemy. Like I'd make a new friend, and then like their friend would be kind of like grumpy with me. That didn't happen to you?
Because I made friends with everybody.
That's nice. So actually I had that conversation with a kid at school the other day, and she said she's really cautious about the other friend making sure they feel included.
Yeah.
What kind of things did you do to make people feel included?
Oh, we were all playing D&D, and that made it much better.
Oh, D&D was a big... Did you end up doing garbage cleanup this year?
A little.
Not as much?
Well, I'm not in my same teacher as last year's class, so I can't get free
gloves?
Garbage cleanup stuff.
I can give you free gloves, but I like in the winter not doing garbage cleanup because you like digging in the snow, right? That's like a spring thing, I think. Yeah. What are you working on now?
A bit.
And then out of the power of video games, you're able to stay in touch with your friend? That's pretty good. So you're pretty happy?
Yeah.
Are you always happy?
Yeah.
Is that your name?
Yeah.
Happy Felix?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's remarkable how things fit together. I don't know about the sound on that one either, but what happens is we're talking about vulnerability, but we're also talking about camp.
Yeah.
And the two Isle of Roux movies that came up fit with what we're doing, but also the camp and him going away for the camp. And then the backstory behind that was I was missing Felix, but also we found out he was going to be, I don't know, if you pay too much attention, it's either less funny or more funny. But Garvin was attacked by marauders. Turned out Felix was in Moe's Raiders at the camp. And then, so those three things all happened at the same time. We woke up right before Felix left for camp, and he realized he was feeling a little shy about going back to school because his best friend had moved. And then, so we shot a 6 month, and that was something that I asked him about. I was like, Siri, turn off my flashlight. We asked him if he's comfortable with us using that film, but we're going to wait until we had a purpose for it before we did. Because we don't want to just share like a private story, like, oh, I'm nervous about going back to school, but it did fit with the vulnerability. So we shot the second half over Christmas, and it was still sort of sitting in my universe where I was like, I don't really know if this is a video that's worth sharing. Is it interesting? Is it just something I made for myself? But then as it fits into the vulnerability, it really sort of landed that we were it's perfect for this week. And then again, like I said, the values that we shared with Garvin, Garvin popping in, Garvin getting attacked by marauders, Felix leaving for camp and becoming in Moe's Raiders.
So clever.
Yeah.
Everything's so connected.
The Isle of Roux. It's almost like my name is Teru. I love your print here. Are we going to make prints for people that send letters?
Oh, yeah.
The packages people will get.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
Can I show you? These
are things I want to mail away.
Oh, here,
this week.
emotes.
Oh,
that is so cool. Okay, I'm learning about emotes because of Sam. So, we got she sent her portfolio, and so look, these are like emotes that she's made for Twitch. Guess where she's coming from?
Where?
Scotland, UK.
Oh, isn't that nice?
This is so cool.
You could reach out and find our friend. Who's our friend that went back to Scotland? Remember her name? She modeled for us 50 times.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw her on.
Lisa. No, Lisa. Okay, cool. I'm going to think about some different things, okay, Sam? And then we'll keep in touch.
Here is our Bob
ideas.
Dylan and Susie. That needs a home. There's video that comes with it. Here is my Viking. That needs a home. The cost of a stamp, you can have them. Here's my Vishnu.
Yeah.
Vishnu from Joseph Campbell's. If anything, I'd probably keep this one.
Sorry.
You're welcome to. You'll indicate in your letters, I hope, if you'd like one. This is, I think, Simone's mom.
Yeah.
Simone felt her mom would like a 3-tone painting of the Venus. Really, it's Jessica. And if you're a bit of a rebel, let's get you a 3-tone. Well, this is a 3 hue. It's not really a 3-tone because actually, in this case, my yellow, red, and blue tend to be the same tone.
You know what's really cool?
Same. What?
Let's say actually there was a really good day in art classes. This boy's doing this like fist in the air.
Mm-hmm.
This. And he did it out of plasticine, and then we cast it in.
Well, it's a good time of the
bandages.
month to do that too, right? February.
Totally, yeah. It was really poignant. And then I didn't, but like we deal in signs and symbols, but then when they're making artwork in art, I'm just like thrilled because the hand was. I told him like, when you do something so well, it's like you can't even see it. Like I just took for granted. I had to say this after to him. I took for granted how good your sculpting was. Never mind that you were interested in making molds off of that.
Yeah.
It was like the sculpting was so proficient.
Mm-hmm.
And then so it came out today, the idea of like that Viva la Revolution, like it's it like these kids blow me away. It's really beautiful. Okay, so I am going to work on a gradient. So it's like trying to get very full light in that top corner to look like this, the sun shining on that dandelion and the mice. And then I'm going to gradient it down.
Gradiate?
Gradiate it? Is that a verb?
I would say gradiate.
Can we verb it? Yeah, let's do it. And then it's going to be darkest down here. So
Gradate?
Gina,
what's the answer? Gradient or gradate? Gradient. You have a gradient. You
gradiate.
Gradually darken.
Gradually darken. So it's going to be hatching, falling down. I love a hatch. I love a nice hatch.
Yeah. That's scary when you say that.
Right. I thought of like flies.
Infestations.
Yeah. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh, June bugs in the beach.
I like that Friends video way more than I thought I would. And then maybe I'll show my Bob Dylan drawing one more time because it's fun to watch things in super speed. I think I had another.
Woke before the sun in the deep dark night. Birds aren't singing and my chest feels tight. Got a smile on my face and love in my heart. It's not a perfect day, but a perfect start. Let the sweet, cool melody carry you away. It's dark out here, but the sun won't wait. Every step you take, please let the rhythm flow. Life is burning, let the good times roll. The gang is all sleeping, waiting on the alarm. They're so sweet, causing me no harm. Whisper your song, let your spirit roar. The sun peeks out and it's dark no more. Let the sweet warm melody carry you away. It's cool out here, but the sun won't wait. Every step you take, let the rhythm flow. Life is beautiful, let the good times roll.
Oh my God.
Time lapse.
Is that Nolan?
Is it ever?
Oh.
I was going to say we should shut down, but I'm going to do a quick one last painting. This is one I was like, I cannot pull this off. There's no way that I could possibly do the beauty of this child justice. And it's funny because I remember that book that I just showed of Dr. John's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. John asked me if I would paint Naomi, and I was like, I'd love to. But then I spent a year not painting Naomi because the pressure of it was just huge. And then one night it hit me, and she was moving on to the other side.
Yeah.
And I had the compulsion to make the painting, and it just kind of popped out of me. But I kind of like up until that point really felt like I couldn't really capture her essence. Some people are so beautiful, you feel like you can't paint them.
Right.
You just can't capture their beauty. And newborns are like that. Like you want to paint a newborn. There's so many things that like in reality, a baby is so beautiful, but when you try and break it down to a painting, it always comes into these kind of gruesome monsters too. This is not gruesome, but
I understand like the proportions and like if you get yeah.
So I'm going to take a stab at this, but I'm doing it because we promised to be vulnerable tonight, and because this is like I remember Mark saying he came to he heard about Gorilla House on the radio, and he decided to come because it sounded absolutely terrifying. Which was interesting to us because we didn't think of it as terrifying. We thought it was like a lot of work and tiresome and kind of like get your stuff ripped off sometimes, but we didn't think about it as terrifying. Trying to paint this little bambino, little baby, Noel or Noah?
Nolan.
No, Nolan, both. It's like a mix of Noah and Noel. One of my favorite kids at school this year is named Noah, and his parents are rock stars. And like a lot of times you say stuff like that, and you just mean like, yeah, it's like they're rock stars. They have good parking and they're cool, but they were actually rock stars. And so it came up. I was talking to the kids about like bands. And I mentioned Weezer, and he's like, yeah, my parents opened for Weezer. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, seriously? And then so he found me, he gave me the name of their band, and I found a copy of their band on an album. I'll always download your album if you're local. And they're pretty good.
So fun.
That wasn't really a story, was it?
It was. Rich, we like
it had a beginning, middle, and end.
We like listening.
Excellent. Pet paintings and baby paintings you can never really pull off well enough.
I think too, because the people who have them know them so intimately that it's also hard, but it's like I think a very sweet gesture to try.
Well, it's my worst fear, so here I am.
It's my worst fear.
There we go. Doesn't get scarier than messing up your baby. Okay. What am I going to do now? Let's just try. Convenient. Six minutes to pull off the details. Did I end up flipping? Is this in, yeah. Checking to see if I mirrored it. I do need to dry this before I go into the next layer. Was there more messages? We haven't checked the WhatsApp.
I did.
Oh, did you?
That's how I found the link. Look,
okay.
That's how I.
And then also the quilt. Here's the quilt. There's a fast way for me to do this. How can I do this? I can take here.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm typing this in. My name's Jessica, and this is Rich. And so, if you're watching from a new place,
Jack Pike.
I'm very, very nice to meet you.
Just this one and this one. Jack, we're having a conversation. Is Jack having a conversation with us? No, just this one and this one and this two. Are you sending us pictures? Oh, or maybe if you click those, they go somewhere. Is that how that works? We spoke to Jack Pike last week.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? And then as Jack's is sending us an address, we're going to mail Jack a. Get your feet off my leg.
I like touching your.
I like when you touch me too. Just the three toes pointing into my leg for like some kind of leverage. Like I don't know what you're doing, like bending, stretching your leg or something. I don't know. It's weird, but those three toes jamming into my ankle were weirder than you'd expect.
Three toes to your ankle.
Yeah, like why was it just the three toes were so stressful?
They were like bent onto your foot.
Yeah, I could feel you stretching.
Sorry. These little mouse. These little mouse.
All right.
Their little tails. Now I'm going to carve around them.
In about 45 seconds, I'm going to tell you something if nothing goes wrong. But currently, I'm on the cusp of making a pretty deep admission.
Oh. That's a beautiful baby.
Well, it's a beautiful baby, and I really felt like it'd be impossible for me to capture the beauty of this painting.
But you're the best.
It's not that. It's that I'm a radio.
Oh, that's nice. Here, I'm going to...
Don't ever work with pets or children, my friends. How many minutes do I have left? 9:32. We've been going to 9:36 lately, hey?
Here. Ain't it just like the night to play tricks when you're trying to be so quiet? We sit here stranded, though we're all doing our best to defy it. Oh, deny it. And Louise holds a handful of rain, tempting you to defy it. Lights flicker from the opposite loft. In this room, the heat pipes just cough. The country music station plays soft. But there's nothing to turn off. Just Louise and her lover so entwined. And these visions of Johanna that conquer my mind. In the empty lot where the ladies play blind man's bluff with the keychain. And the all-night girls, they whisper of escapades out on the D train. We can hear the night watchman click his flashlight, ask himself if it's him or them that's insane. Louise, she's all right, she's just near. She's delicate and seems like a mirror. But she just makes it all too concise and too clear that Johanna's not here. The ghosts of electricity house in the bones of her face, where these visions of Johanna have now taken my place. Now the little boy lost, he takes himself so seriously. He brags of his misery. He likes to live dangerously. And when bringing her name up, he speaks of a farewell kiss to me. He sure got a lot of gall. I don't like to say, to be so useless and all. Muttering small talk in the wall while I'm in the hall. How can I? It's so hard to get on. And these visions of Johanna, they kept me up past the dawn. Inside the museums, infinity goes up on trial. Voices echo, this is what salvation must be like after a while. But Mona Lisa must have had the highway blues. You can tell by the way she smiles. See the primitive wallflower freeze when the jelly-faced women all sneeze. Hear the ones with the mustache said, geez, I can't find my knees. Oh, jewels and binoculars hang from the head of the mule. But these visions of Johanna, they make it all seem so cruel. Music to paint babies by.
Mhm.
Visions of Johanna. Visions of baby Nolan. Oh. Yeah, happy Chinese New Year. The year of the snake.
When did that happen?
Today.
Today?
Yeah. Gung Hei Fat Choi. There's so much beauty that happens around this time of year.
All right. I don't know who I'm giving this to. But I need an address. I need pen pal letter. Ooh. Not nice. Where's the face? Okay.
So beautiful, Rich.
This is how many minutes we do it.
We are so... It all starts today. I love that. It's all happening. We love you so much. We love you so much. We're so grateful to have seen all of you here and meet new people and see people we haven't seen in a long time. We are so grateful to you.
It's not easy to say goodbye, is it?
It is not.
Goodbye.